Hey, my name is Brittany, and in the fall of 2022, I was a victim of violent crime. I had to file for crime victims compensation, and now I want to help others who may be going through that process right now. I am more than happy to answer any questions, but before I get started, I want to let you know that this is not legal advice. I have a paralegal certificate and am somewhat familiar with doing legal research, so I want to make videos and help others who may be going or filing for crime victims compensation and provide information to some of the questions that you may have. With this video, I'm going to start with the state of Missouri. That is where I had to file for crime victims compensation. So I want to say again, this is not legal advice. I am just providing some information to some questions that people may have. And so for crime victims compensation, and it may be called something similar in your state or county, it is a payer of last resort. So this means that they pay after all other options have been exhausted. This program considers crime-related expenses that are not covered by other sources like restitution or fundraising. So who can apply and how to apply? There was an online application for Missouri. I remember when I applied, the online application wasn't working very well, so I ended up having to mail in my application and it worked just fine. Who can apply? So people who sustain traumatic injuries from certain violent crimes. The crime must be reported to the authorities, and the person who is the victim of the crime must cooperate with the authorities. There does not need to be a suspect in custody or a suspect convicted in order for you to file or apply for crime victims compensation in the state of Missouri. Your application must be received within 2 years of the date of the crime, which is not a lot of time. So if you are in the state of Missouri, you were a victim of a violent crime, you have 2 years from the date of the crime, if you reported it to authorities, to apply for crime victims compensation. So what expenses are covered? Medical expenses, funeral expenses, and counseling, like mental health counseling expenses, are covered. Lost wage support is available for victims and their family members. When we went through it, it did not appear that my husband qualified for also getting compensation while he was taking care of me, which really sucks. I do not know how that side of it works, so if anyone who has gone through it does know, please put it in the comments and I'll be more than happy to make a video about it if you want to share your interaction, your journey, your experience with that side of it. Other costs that are covered are out-of-pocket costs that may be reimbursed. So for me personally, I would submit receipts for medications that weren't covered by insurance or I still had to pay out-of-pocket for. I would submit those receipts to my case manager for CVC or crime victims compensation, and then they would send me a confirmation and then I would get my compensation for it. So how much do you get? So for lost wages in the state of Missouri, you can get up to $400 a week. You can get up to $5,000 for funeral expenses, and maximum total benefits that can be awarded to a crime victim or their spouse or family members is $25,000. So how long does the process take? For me, it took about 3.5 months. It says on their little website and stuff that it may take about 3.5 months. If you have incorrect or incomplete applications or paperwork, it may take longer. But basically for me, it was I submitted my application, I got confirmation that they received it. They sent me a payment award notice that I had to sign and send back. And once I did that, I think it took about 2 weeks for them to send me actual physical payment. So the things that you would get direct payment for are your lost wages, things you had to pay out of pocket for. Yeah, those 2 things. But let's say that you owe a hospital or your therapist, funds will be directly sent to them. You just have to submit, your receipts and things like that. But funds for that stuff will be sent directly to wherever it needs to go. But you personally will receive either direct deposit or a paper check. You will receive compensation, physical form, for lost wages and things that you have to pay out of pocket for. But that is it for the state of Missouri. If you have any questions, please drop them below. Please share this video if you know of someone who is filing or applying for crime victims compensation in the state of Missouri. And as always, feel free to message me directly comment, whatever you need to do to get a hold of me. I'm here to help you guys, and I want to help you get through this process as easy as possible. Thankfully, I personally did not think it was too difficult of a process to get through, but you know, when there's so much going on, if you know you or your loved one has experienced a crime, time goes by so fast, and it can be overwhelming to try and get this done. So please, if you have any questions, thoughts, if I left something out, please let me know. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later on the next video. Bye.